You ever get frustrated with AI? You know what I'm talking about. You're putting in your prompts and it's coming back with something that's not right, or it's inaccurate, or you're going, oh, why can't it get it to work? Well, I got to tell you something that just happened to me. About an hour, 2 hours ago, I was getting ready to use it and did something, and I had a frustrating experience, but I worked through it, and I want to give you the solution that helped me that can also help you when you're working with tools like Perplexity, with Chat GPT, and others. This is what we do here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. We show you how to solve these problems, how to do it done. So let's get into this right away here. What I was doing is I was getting ready for breakfast. You can probably relate to this. When I'm eating breakfast, I often like to listen to good learning tapes. I'll watch YouTube videos, listen to some podcasts. Occasionally, I might listen to some music. I don't like to listen to the news that much. You know, hearing about what the knuckleheads are doing in Washington or in London or Tokyo or Canberra or Moscow or wherever they might be. I don't want to know about that. I want to know what I can do to help my business. So I often now listen to condensations, summaries of really good books, and have Chat GPT or Perplexity take care of that for me. That's a tip, by the way, that can help you. A little bonus tip. I won't charge you any more for that. What you can do is you can look at a book that you want to read and you have read and say, give me a summary of that book in 40 paragraphs or less, and highlight the most important points that have been cited elsewhere. Something like that. A rich prompt like that can help you to really get in there and find out about a book. So that's what I wanted to do. I was thinking of a book that I saw that I have read several years ago, really good book, and we were talking about it in our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs Silver group yesterday about what to do with it, and it's a book that I want to share with you, and I want to show you the frustration I had with Perplexity, a tool that I use a lot and really love the program. It's good, but it was a little frustrating, and I want you to see how I worked through it, and we got exactly what we needed toward the end. Here's the book. It's Everything is Figure Outable. You can see it over there on the right by Marie Forleo. A great book, and it gives you a lot of capabilities in there, a lot of things that it can do for you to give you what you need to do. And here's what I did. I put in this prompt right here. Give me a summary of the book, Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. Okay, and give it to me in 40 paragraphs or less. Okay, so there's the prompt I put in there. And it started off doing okay, not too bad at all. You see what it does right here? It gives you the answer, and it shows me what's going on here. It said, here's the summary of Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo in roughly 40 paragraphs. Paragraph 1. By the way, I hadn't seen that before. I always would say, okay, this is where we are. It would always give me the summary, because I've done this with several different books, and it's worked out really nicely. But on this one, I kind of like what Perplexity did there, where Perplexity said paragraph 1, paragraph 2, etc. So that's good. And it gives me here, the premise of the book is that no matter what challenges you face in life, Everything is Figure Outable. Don't you just love that title? I think Marie Forleo did a great job, just as an aside here, on that book, and I'd highly recommend look into it. You might want to go out and buy that book. Do a summary of it first, but go out and buy that book. It's really, really handy. I read it several years ago. It's nice to have that refresh. So there is always a solution if you believe it is possible. Okay, that's nice. Paragraph 2, Marie shares her personal story of how she came to adopt this mindset after hitting rock bottom when she was younger and had to move back with her parents. Okay, that's good. We're doing fine here. I like it. Paragraph 3, she realized if she could not do it, et cetera, she could get back on her feet. Then once she adapted, that was good. But here's where things started going a little bit weird. Right now, it says she was able to figure out the situation by believing it was possible. Okay, that's good. I like that. Very good. Then on paragraph 6, she shares how she was able to get out of that situation by believing it was possible. Okay. And then number 7, and she shares how you can get yourself out of the situation you are by believing it is possible. And then paragraph 8, by believing that everything is figure outable, you can get yourself out of whatever situation you're in. And right about there, I'm thinking, wait a minute, whoa, what is going on here? Because this is not what I wanted. It started repeating over and over. Paragraph after paragraph was always the same. You can get out of it if you believe in yourself and that believe that it is possible. Just repeating it over and over. And that's not what I want, because I read the book years ago, and I know Marie did a fabulous job on it. She says that's one of the features. You kind of get started with that, but that's not the only thing. Just say, oh, I'm going to wish it'll be possible and it'll happen. Marie Forleo gets there. She says, I'm paraphrasing here, her ideas. So you roll up your sleeves, okay, roll up your sleeves and get in there and start working on it. It's a whole different thing. It's figure outable, and then you go for it and make it happen. So that's just one of the things she says. But this was not what I was getting from this, and that is not a good thing. So here's what happened. Watch this as we went through through it. I looked at it, it kept saying that over and over. Notice paragraph 10, by situation by believing it was possible. Paragraph 11, by believing it is possible. Paragraph 12, by whatever, get your situation in, whatever situation you're in. It's just saying the same thing over and over and over. See, and it did that, continuing through 25 paragraphs, and then said, I have now finished summarizing the book in roughly 25 paragraphs. Let me know if you need anything else. Well, a lot there, because I came in and look what I said here. And I want you to notice how I did this. This was not that helpful because you kept repeating the same thing over and over for all 20 paragraphs. Actually, there was 25 in there. And I said that. And then look what happened. It came back and said, I love this. Look at it. It says, you're right. My previous response was too repetitive and did not provide enough concise, useful details from the book. Let me try again with a more focused summary. And then notice what it did here. Now this is where it really got weird. The core idea of the 10X rule by Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone? Wait a minute. This is a book by Marie Forleo. I know of Grant Cardone. I have attended a couple of his things, seen him here and there. I like his stuff. He's a good guy. And I like what he has to say. That 10X rule, I've heard is a good book. I haven't read that one myself, but a real good book. And the principles are there. Seem really good. How do I know about those principles? Well, because Perplexity was giving it to me here. And it tells me here, Cardone argues that most people fail because they set modest, unambitious goals due to average thinking and a fear of failure. And also they fail because they underestimate the level of effort and resources needed to achieve their goals, et cetera, et cetera. Went on and did a really good job condensing the 10X rule by Grant Cardone. But wait a minute, that's not the book I want. Matter of fact, there's a picture of it. You'll see over on the side, the 10X rule. That's what it is. But I said, wait a minute, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want that book. As good as it is, I wanted to do that, but I wanted to thank him there. So look what I did here. Here's my answer that I put in there. I put in there, let me get this on the screen so you can see it. And those of you that are listening to this, you might want to come over and catch this on video sometime. Thank you for cutting out the repetition from Marie Forleo's book, but you gave me the condensation of a book from Grant Cardone. I'm interested in the book from Marie Forleo called Everything is Figureoutable. Notice how I made that into 2 words. Please give me more details about that book and not about the book from Grant Cardone. I want to know about the book from Marie Forleo. So you notice what I did there. I went back and I repeated myself. I don't want the book from Grant Cardone. I want the one from Marie Forleo because I'm following Marie Forleo. So give me the one from the book from Marie Forleo. Repetition. You know, in there, repetition is the mother of learning. The Russians say it, повторение мать учения. And I remember that from undergrad school and studying Russian. But that is the key. So it's a repetition for me in the prompt. And I want you to notice what happened. When I did that, then we saw something else that happened. It came back in kind of a surprising way that it does this for us. It came in and it said, you're right. Isn't that interesting? You're right. My previous summary was mistakenly about Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule, instead of Marie Forleo's Everything is Figureoutable. Thank you for catching that and allowing me to correct myself. Here is a more detailed summary of Marie Forleo's book. And then you look at what it did. It went in there and it gave me exactly what I was looking for the first time, which is nice. Telling me here the core premise of Everything is Figureoutable is that no matter what challenges or obstacles you face in life, you have the ability to figure out a solution. Forleo shares her personal story of hitting rock bottom when she was younger and having to move back in with her parents. So she's talking about that, and I think this is really important. And notice here, it goes on and it says, this became Forleo's life philosophy. Number 1, change your beliefs to change your life. Okay, so that's the point about repeating, figuring it out, figure out what's possible, which he repeated over and over, the other one. But then overcome self-imposed limitations. Hey, that's really good. She shows specifically how. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I've heard that from others, and Marie is right on target in saying that. Prioritize progress over perfection. Whoa, that is good. Memorize that one and live it. And so it summarizes everything there. Let me know if you need any clarification on or have additional questions. I love it. And I put in here, thank you for doing that. Your third attempt was much better than the previous 2. So you see what I'm doing is I'm communicating with it almost as if it were a real human being. We wouldn't talk with machines that way a year ago or a couple years ago. Now we're learning that is part of the key. You want to get out there and talk to it as if it were a person, back and forth. Thank you for doing this. Need you to do that, etc. It's just built into the algorithms. When you do that, it'll be good. Also, I kind of like it thinking about, I've heard others say, Beth Z, one of my friends who talks about technology, said that we want to say thank you and be polite to these machines, because if ever they take over, then we want them to think that I was one of those that were really nice to them. So, that might be a good thing too. You could try that. But I want to show you, it continues on. The saga continues here. And you see what it did. I told it the third attempt was good, and it came back, thank you for the feedback. I'm glad I was able to provide a much better and more detailed summary of Marie Forleo's book. Everything is figure-outable on the third attempt. Your guidance helped me correct course and focus on accurately capturing the key ideas and lessons from the right book. And I think that's really, really important there. We're looking at what is the right thing to do. It went back and it repeated it. And then here's some golden nuggets that you can use that are really important for you and your people who are working with it as well. I want you to see that we've got to do this, and we want to make sure that what we're doing is the right way to handle it. So let me show you what I did here. On this one, I looked at it and it said here, I appreciate you, well, better yet, I should start over here. Your guidance helped me correct course and focus on accurately capturing the key ideas and lessons from the right book. Okay, that's good. Iterating based on feedback is crucial for an AI system like myself to improve. Whoa, this is getting almost eerie here. I appreciate you taking the time to steer me in the right direction. It will really help me summarize books and convey the proper content going forward, which is kind of nice. So when you think about it, hey, if you're going to be using these Chat GPT and Perplexity tools and getting condensation, I might have helped you get a better condensation there, condensation, I should say, in a summary of it. So this is something I think we can all learn from and say, okay, we can gain from this in many, many different ways. I think it's good. And we go back here, we look at it. It really helps to summarize books going forward. This type of back and forth, look at this. This type of back and forth iteration is invaluable for an AI's learning process. That is the key. You want to keep doing that over and over and make sure that what you're doing is training it and teaching it. That's what we call Chat GPT. It's pre-trained. It's the training that's going on in there, and it's having the transformation that's there. So it's pre-trained and the transformation. This is what we can do. And so as you move forward, as you start doing more and more with AI, realize you need these iterations. Don't give up the first time. Keep going. And that's something that's really critical. We talk about that here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. And this is where you can get help. This is something that's going to help you in a big way. We need you to subscribe to this. So when you do that, that helps us to know people like what we're getting here. We want to get your likes on it, share, and particularly your comments. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you so that we can continue to make this better. As a matter of fact, we've got something for you as a gift. AIToolsForBiz.com is the place you want to go and get help on all of these tools like Chat GPT, Canva, DALL-E 3. And let me give you a quick QR code here that you can use so that way you can find it real quickly. If you're listening to this on audio, go over to the site. If you go over to AITools4Biz.com, you'll be able to get that all in lowercase. Put that in there. We want to help you on that, but we want to help you even more because we've got some other videos that are going to give you exactly what you need on this tool of AI using Perplexity and some other tools that are out there really good. So enjoy, jump in there, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.